how's it going, guys? Got a pretty cool video for you today. As you might have seen in some other videos that we've made, we have a CNC machine here. It's an Inventables X-Carve with a workspace of 30-inch by 30-inch square, and it can carve wood, plastic, it can etch metal, aluminum, it can do all kinds of things. I primarily use it to make American flags and wood signs, home signs, things like that. So if you want to check any of that out, we do have a website, Family Wood Signs Express, I'll have in the description, so you can go check any of our signs and stuff out there. We reached out to a local company called UTVHQ.com, and they also have a sister site called UTVDIRECT.com. We reached out to them to see if there's anything we could do for them in exchange for maybe they could do for us. As far as parts on the side-by-side, gear, things like that. It's just kind of a shot in the dark. And I got a hold of a guy named Darren over there at UTVHQ, and things just worked out. Somebody asked him a question a few days before that they needed a video for some things on a Maverick Sport, and he didn't have any pictures, he didn't have any videos, and they make some pretty cool stuff. So we have a Maverick Sport, we have an X3, as you can see we got a new YFZ 450R, so we had a lot of machines here that we could maybe help them out. So he had agreed to send us out a dyno jet tuner and also a couple other things which I'll show here soon. But what we did is we made them a couple American flags and we made them a couple signs for their showroom at their UTVHQ location here in Akron, Ohio, and also for their UTV Direct location, if you don't stand me corrected, I think it is in Texas. So what I'm going to do is fast forward here to a clip of a montage of me making the signs. It's all sped up, fast forward, so you can kind of see what the machine can do. I make some pretty cool flame torch borders on it to where I'll put them on and it kind of ties it all together in the end. So make sure to watch that here in the next few minutes, and then after that I'll be back and we'll talk a little bit more about their warehouse. I'll show you inside, and then finally which is the doors on the Can-Am, which we're going to do a how-to video on for them too. So go ahead and check this out. so hopefully you guys stayed to watch that. It's pretty cool signs. You know, CNC machine really can do a lot of things. It's a pretty strong learning curve to get to that point to make those quite like that. But yeah, they turned out great. My son and I took a trip up to Akron and up to the UTVHQ headquarters, I guess, and went and met Darren and took those signs up there to him. And we actually got a tour of their whole warehouse. So first we checked out their showroom inside, and it's just kind of more like a online headquarters type of place. You know, they ship volumes of online orders every day. So it's not really like a place to where you just go in and, you know, buy stuff and shop like you would at Walmart or something like that. I mean, I guess you could go in and maybe talk to him, go through some catalogs and work some things out if you wanted, but, you know, primarily they have a whole massive online website that you could choose from anything you could ever even dream up on a side-by-side on any brand, Polaris, Razor, Honda, Yamaha, whatever, and they could get it or they got it, you know, and they ship free shipping, over $100 I've seen on their website. So definitely go check out UTVHQ and UTVDIRECT. So anyway, we got a tour there, which I'm going to go ahead and show clips of here in a few minutes. But Darren went ahead and took us in the back. They had a brand new Commander Max that they were designing some door windows on, front and rear, hard-coated polycarbonate windows that is, you know, more like a full enclosure. The right side, they had some soft doors that looked like they were designing. They had a Can-Am hard-coated windshield. They were designing a flip-down forward windshield with some 3D printed brackets that go on the hood that were pretty cool looking. So a lot of stuff that they're kind of designing on their own, you know. I didn't even know that they existed. I bought a half windshield for the Maverick, you know, a couple months ago online, and turns out that they make it, and it's great quality. So I'll go ahead and do a video on that here as well. But yeah, super cool place, really nice guy, and massive warehouse. You know, they had some pretty good tunes jamming on there. Looked like a bunch of nice people working inside, and just endless amount of parts. You know, just up and down the aisles, windshields, sound bars, axles, you name it. So I'll go ahead and show a clip of that here. So check that out, and then we'll talk about the doors we're going to be installing. Okay, so you guys got to see a little bit of behind the scenes at UTVHQ. Like I said, Darren showed us around the whole place there. I just videotaped a little bit. I felt kind of weird about videotaping back there, although he said it was cool. It was the first time we met, first time I was there, so I don't want to be that guy. But the showroom in front, super nice, really nice offices. Outside was beautiful, you know, kind of like located in an industrial place, you know, warehouse area. So yeah, anyway, and I included a couple clips of the Commander that they had, the Commander Max. Beautiful machine, and it's really similar to the Maverick Sports. So you've seen a couple clips there with their flip-down windshield, polycarbonate hard windows on the driver's side, which the Commander also fits the Maverick Sport. Same windows, same doors, same everything. So yeah, got to see all of that. So I'll go ahead and pick you up here and we'll get to showing you what we picked up there at UTVHQ and what we're going to be installing today. So hang tight, guys. All right, just do a little walk around here again. Did plenty of videos on it so far, but we still haven't taken it out, so it is still beautiful, not a mark on it. 2023 YFZ Yamaha 450R Special Edition. Put all kinds of goodies on it: Nerf bars, skid plate, pipe, tuner, grab bar, what else? A-arm guards, air filter, intake. So this thing is ready to rip. Tires also. Yeah, forgot we did front and rear tires. Yeah, man, looks pretty sweet. And the Maverick, as always, looking good. A couple other videos older, we put that front trail bumper on. Went ahead and put Can-Am factory harnesses in both sides. So if you didn't check that out, make sure to go look. Center storage bag, Can-Am, and then both of the door bags here. We also went ahead and put in, seemed to have gotten a lot of attention on the first review video that I did over the Maverick, which I was a little nervous on camera. I didn't really talk about much. It was short, so I might do another full review video about the Maverick Sport XRC and all the accessories that we have on it too. So stay tuned for that. But go ahead and get with all of this stuff. So like I said, my son and I took a couple CNC signs up to UTVHQ, and with a sponsorship that we had worked out with them, they went ahead and hooked us up with all kinds of stuff here. So in that box down there is a set of full hard-coated polycarbonate upper doors for a Maverick Sport, Maverick Trail, Maverick Commander also. So I'll insert a couple clips of the pictures on their website just to show you what they got on it, but you've seen a picture of it on the Commander that I inserted that was there. Essentially, it's a whole window that they've formed, cut, you know, bent, it looks like, with a nice molding that goes on the top that we'll go ahead and install there. And it just bolts on to most of the existing holes that are here. There's a couple holes here. May have to drill a couple holes, but it was super sturdy, you know, and as soon as you shut the door, all of that stuff pushes against the frame of the Maverick here. So it makes it really rigid, super nice. You know, they had really nice vents up here that opened and closed. One thing that I don't think is going to work, I'll have to talk to UTVHQ here while we're installing it, but I don't think my Can-Am mirrors are going to work with their windows, which is one thing they have not maybe came in contact with yet. But they had a really nice clamp on their roll bar for their mirrors. But as you can see, these Can-Am ones here bolt on to the nice bracket inside. You know, as you can see, there's a bolt there and a bolt there, and it comes inside of the roll bar here. So we'll have to see if that interferes with those particular mirror types. But other than that, super nice quality upper windows, and I'm excited to go ahead and get them on. So I'll show you that here in a few minutes. They also sent a Dyno Jet Power Commander out to us as well, so that'll be coming. I think it's a Power Vision for the Maverick Sport is what it's called, but Power Vision 4, and that's coming here in a few days, so I'll do a video of that also. But between the Power Vision tuner, the complete upper polycarbonate doors, and they hooked us up with all kinds of things here. We're going to go ahead and advertise some of their stickers on the machines. We got a modified dirt track car that we run at Sharon, Pittsburgh Motor Speedway, and we also got a dirt track go-kart that we're going to be running at a couple different tracks here this year. So they hooked us up with a bunch of stickers, bunch of signs. They co-own Spike Power Sports as well. So 3 companies there: Spike, UTVDIRECT, and UTVHQ. Hooked us up with a bunch of hats, all kinds of gloves, as you can see. And it looks like they make a lot of their stuff, and Darren was pretty adamant about talking about making quality stuff. You know, he just didn't want to make something to sell something to give to somebody just to make money off of it. You know, they wanted to make different things, better things, to serve a purpose for people that are going to want to come back and be happy with the product that they bought.
you know, still at a pretty decent price point. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and show a video of installing these upper doors. And okay, that's it. See you here in a few. Alright, it's finally time to check these doors out. So, that's the box that they come in. I would say that it's pretty heavy. You know, as far as just thinking you're going to get plastic windows, it's got some weight to it, so you know that it's not a cheap piece of junk. Solid box, nicely stapled. Let's go ahead and tear it open and see what we got. Okay, so again, these doors fit a Maverick Trail, a Maverick Sport, and a Can-Am Commander. Definitely got some staples in these things. I got to see them in person on the Can-Am Commander Max that they had, and you know, if I was going there to look at them, I would have bought them on the spot because they look super good quality, heavy duty. I think they sell for about 600 bucks online, which is, you know, on par for compared to like some of the Tusk doors and stuff like that. But these things don't even compare. And once you actually see them on here, pretty impressive. Wow. Wow. So that's all, I would say, CNC or laser cut. Looks like CNC cut. Right up my alley on that. And then you can see that they definitely made all kinds of bends to get these things to form fit on here. Here is where the vents will be installed up front. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this thing torn apart and see what we got. Okay, so this is what you'd get if you took it out of the box. Nicely packaged up. That's all the hardware for install. That's the nice rubber gaskets that you put on the top rim. And as you can see, so far, good quality. You know, inside the box, they took their time to put ends on the side so the plastic wouldn't get damaged or anything like that. But essentially, all we do is just, I think, drill some holes for these bolts. And you take that whole mirror assembly, or whole window assembly, and bolt it on here. Imagine there's instructions, but you know, just a couple bolts here, 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 and here, and then that whole thing is just hanging up there, and we shut it like a normal car door. Darren at the place told me that these are actually hard coated, so they should resist scratching quite a bit. You know, for two hard coated windows, that's a pretty impressive price point. You know, the hard coated windshield just for the Maverick itself here, which is that. You know, I think that was like $650 just from a dealer for that alone. So to get these nice full door windows, hardware, bolts, seals, everything on there, pretty good price point. So let's see what we got. Bag of hardware. Looks like the wind vents are in there as well. Some more seals, brackets to bolt things on. So I guess we'll get that checked out. It does look like there is instructions as well. Props to the packaging and the shipping here. You know, everything's all nicely shrink wrapped together, boxed in the box, so there's not going to be any damage when you get it in the mail. You know, it's a pretty expensive big piece to buy in the mail. So you can see super thick weather stripping that's going to go around the window. Get that installed. Okay, we'll give you guys a little close-up of everything here before we get started on the install. As you can see, abrasion-resistant polycarbonate. Definitely nice quality as far as the cutting. You can see that's their little vent design. And yeah, you can tell from the way that they lay on the table here that they do have a nice shape to them. You know, it's not just a flat, flexible piece of you know, material that you're putting on there. And that's 1/4 inch thick polycarbonate that holds its shape. I mean, they're heavy. Weather stripping, and then the bag of hardware. So let's see what these things look like. Alright, so I'm not going to zoom in real far because if you buy these you're going to get your own set of instructions, plus hopefully you're going to watch this video. So what I thought you had to do when I seen them in person, definitely verified by the instructions. This outer door skin you have to take off. I just assumed that, you know, simple self-tappers aren't going to go inside and just hold all that weight up. So take the outer door skin off, and then I imagine we're going to bolt them nicely from the inside out with nuts and bolts. Pretty simple. There is 6 Torx bolts to take out, and then that outer door skin comes right off. 6 T30s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go ahead and get started pulling off all those T30s, both sides. All it is 6 screws either side, and then I imagine that door skin is going to easily come off, and we'll go from there. Thanks. All right. Let's get these Torx bolts out. Okay, man, that was easy. I'll show you here in a second, but wow. Okay, there's the 6 T30 bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. Door skin off. Not too often you get to see that. There's the door skin. So they just go into these little metal clips, as you can see, kind of like maybe a door panel right off a car. Pretty cool. Alright, so next they have you put these threaded inserts in these holes that are already in the door. As you can see here, use a 1/4 inch Allen. I'm just going to use a socket and a ratchet. And there's 2 holes up here on the left, quite clear. And then there's also 2 holes up here on the right. And you just put these inserts in there. Obviously, you're tightening into plastic, so don't over tighten. As soon as you feel that it starts to tighten, quit. Okay, next they give you this seal. That there's kind of a mark here to show you where to put it. Pretty simple. Okay, that was probably the hardest part so far, was forcing that weather stripping on, which is, you know, a little tough on your hand, but at least you know it's never coming off and it's a good seal. So as you can see, forms real nice onto the window. pretty clear where you start and stop, although it says in the instructions right there by the vent and right there at the end of it too. So we'll go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll get them put on the doors. Alright, now that we got that nice door seal on all edges of the windows, now we got to put a little piece right here. It's so clear you could barely even see it, but right down below the vent there's a piece that needs to go there and a piece that needs to go there of the thinner stuff. So there's still some left over of the thicker seal here, and then it came with some thinner stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and put that thinner stuff on where they want. Okay, now that we got all the weather stripping on the triangles and both the windows, we're going to go ahead and bolt these vents on, and then finally get them installed. That was the longest part, was putting the weather stripping on. Cutting it, forming it, pushing it all on there. I mean, other than that, you can put these things on in like half an hour, literally. So yeah, let's get going. Okay guys, it's time. We're going to put the door on. I think this is a two-man job, but we're going to try to do it as a one-man job. These two holes should line up, and these two holes should line up. And then these four in the center you drill with a 5/16 drill bit, and then nut and bolt through, which is nothing. So let's see what the fit is here before any door adjustments. Not too bad, you know. Still use a little bit of adjustment here and there, but it's pretty solid. Pretty solid. Okay, all looks nice. Now that we got the 2 bolts on the left, 2 bolts on the right, take a 5/16 drill bit and just drill holes here. Use the included holes, obviously, for pilots. Straight through. I would say final product for now. Drilled all 4 of these center ones out to 5/16. These all worked out good. But other than that, man, nice. Check out how the door shuts. So the other thing is, if you have Can-Am mirrors or Kemimoto mirrors, they bolt on from the inside. Sorry, this little triangle piece that goes there, that all meshes up to, can't work with the mirrors that I got. So I don't know what we're gonna do about that, but that's the only thing, is you're gonna have to have mirrors that bolt somewhere else. Same thing up here. This is just okay, you know, that's fine, but okay. Got the door skin back on. I didn't show that. That was super simple. I had my son come out, hold the door real quick. Door skin, although it looks intimidating, there's literally 6 bolts on the inside, and you can have that thing off in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. And then it goes back on, and it looks identical. So if you're ever wondering, like, can I take my door skin off, get it painted, get it wrapped, whatever, absolutely. It takes a couple minutes. So, final product on the window. I would say so far, if I had to rate it on a hard window install, you know, somebody creating that window for a machine halfway across the country and expecting it all to be perfect, probably give it an 8 out of 10. Sucks that my mirrors don't work, so figure something out there. And it also sucks that 1, 2, 3, 4 holes had to be drilled from the inside out. But, you know, is what it is. We can fill them with bolts when we take them off. You know, but other than that, pretty solid seal. Okay, sitting inside, you know, this vent over here is functional. Just loosen them, slide it up, you know, you can see all those are vents. Tighten them down, and you're good to go. I don't know how much airflow that creates. I haven't drove it yet, obviously. Passenger side's not done yet, but and the fact that they kind of bend it out like that, it gives you more room, you know. This here would be parallel, I would say, you know, and you have that much space that it bends out because of their contour. Pretty nice seal. No gaps in my opinion. As you can see there. Yeah. I'm interested to see what it's like inside. You know, it always gets really hot inside if we have a full windshield on without doors. I've never had full enclosure, so I'm curious to see how warm it is. We might not even need that little triangle thing up there. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it creates a nice seal. You'll see. Listen for the pressure when you open the door. I'll show you when you shut it too. You know, you gotta kind of. You could see as you push it. So that's pushing the door. That's when the top touches. So you have all that tension pushing out on the door latch. So you're not really going to get any rattle because it does make a nice shut. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to talk through the whole passenger side install. I might a little bit, but I'm probably going to do just a time lapse of the install of it, and then final review, and then we'll go for a ride. Okay, we got the final look. Windows are looking pretty sweet, man, I gotta say. I wish I had the triangle on the front by the mirrors, but other than that, impressive fit. Total time maybe hour and a half messing around. The hardest part really was putting this weather stripping on. That's it. Other than that, I mean, door skin comes off. The rest is pretty much plug and chug. Bolt it on, drill a couple holes, and you're done. But I don't know if you can see the other side through there, but looks pretty cool. I really like it. I'm curious to see the temperature inside when the winter, and I'm gonna leave them on till the spring and see what that's like too. So pretty sweet looking. Highly recommend UTVDIRECT and UTVHQ. I greatly appreciate everything you guys did for me, and hopefully we can continue to do things together. Okay, so we finally took it out yesterday on the trail. First off, we took the YF Z450 out, which I'll put in a whole other video. Absolutely insane machine for sure. Nothing like we ever expected. I mean, it's impressive. So on to the Maverick and to the windows. I just kind of wanted to give my honest opinion of these full windows after installing them myself, after going for a test drive yesterday in 30 degrees outside. It rained and it was ridiculously muddy. So what do I think? Would I buy them? Would I recommend them to somebody else? And I would say yes. Having them on there now, if I had the option knowing it, I would go buy a set. I gotta be honest. It completely changed the way that the machine drove. I swear it added 10 horsepower. And I know people say that, I mean, that's obviously sarcasm, but the reason why I say that is because normally when we go cruising out on the trail, it's just me and my wife, my son, some other people, you know, and we just kind of putt along. And the reason why is because normally around here, it's so muddy that it just slings mud up on the side of the car and you instantly get covered in mud. So normally we just kind of putt along and cruise on the trail. So with these full doors, pretty much, and the full windows, it's like almost like a truck driving through the woods. That there was no, this is not even, I mean, I washed it yesterday after we got home, but no mud got inside at all. Full windshield and full windows on the side. Not a speck of mud came in. So instead of putting along the trail at like 5 miles an hour, we ripped through it like 10, 15, 20 miles an hour just cruising. So at least double the speed that we would have ever just went, just because, you know, it was nice windows on the side, no cold air coming in, no mud, no dirt, nothing. It made washing it easier. Completely love it. I mean, I highly recommend them. The pipe that I put on, you could hear the pipe much more inside. You know, it kept the sound inside, the sound bar. The whole experience was great. No issues shutting the doors. You know, we got in and out about, I don't know, 5 times. Door shut perfect, open perfect. Absolutely no wind noise inside. And with the vents here, it actually let a nice cross breeze inside that we didn't get hot, which is weird to say because normally if you just put a full windshield on, we get hot. So even the addition of the windows on the sides changed nothing about it at all as far as temperature inside. So if you're worried about that, get them. You don't have anything to worry about at all. Super nice design. Had a couple compliments while we were out on the trail on them too. So definitely get them for sure. No questions asked. And the only other thing I wanted to mention is they also donated a DynoJet Power Vision 4, which is a tuner for this Can-Am that's going to be coming in the mail this week. So please stay tuned to the future video on that. You know, I'll show flashing it, hooking it up. There's a bunch of things you could read, data on the side of it too. So other than that, over and out.